Yes, everybody, welcome back to Talking Wolves. Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel today. Hope you guys are keeping well and safe. As you can see, here from a very hot Mediterranean. But yeah, hope you guys are doing well. I appreciate the support, obviously, on the last video as well. I uploaded it at quite an unusual time in the morning, and obviously you guys still clicked it to watch it, so I appreciate that. Back to normal today. A little bit of news to get through over the last 48 hours or so. Obviously, Wolves back in first team training, have actually travelled over to Marbella for the next week or so for their warm weather training camp. I'll put the squad list on the screen now so you can see the players that have travelled. Obviously, major players that aren't there are the guys that are out on international duty or have just finished international duty, such as Jose Sarr, Nelson Semedo, Pedro Neto, and obviously João Gomes then with Brazil as well. Boubacar Traoré, Enzo Gonzalez, they're both with their teams for the Olympic Games. And Nathan Fraser has just got a small minor injury right now, so he's still in Wolverhampton. Other players that aren't included, Joe Hodge, not 100% sure why. If anyone knows of any reason in the comment section, do let me know, because I've missed what's happened there, to be honest. And then obviously the two big ones are Fabio Silva and Gonçalo Guedes, both said to obviously be given extra time off for whatever reason, but neither were in international duty with their teams, and it's looking likely now, extremely likely, that both of those will be moved on this summer. Daniel Podence, however, is with the squad. He's been pictured with the squad. A few players tagging him in their Instagram, social media stories and so on. So we'll wait and see what happens. Let me know your thoughts on those three particular, I would say. Gonçalo Guedes, Fabio Silva and Daniel Podence. Out of the three, would you keep any? Or would you look to move them on? Now, we'll move on to some transfer news. Daniel Bentley, of course, interest from Arsenal. I explained on the last video why that would be in regards to his homegrown status for Arsenal, homegrown at club and so on. And they have come forward with their first offer. Now, it's been reported over the last couple of days or so that Wolves do value Bentley in and around the £1 million mark, which I would say is a fair enough valuation in this current market. Arsenal have come forward with a bid of £50,000, 50,000, an absolute insult of an offer from Mikel Arteta's side, which obviously Wolves rejected completely. So they're so far away on the valuations right now. It remains to be seen if there can be a compromise, whether they'll meet in the middle or whether Wolves will just hold out. It's said that Wolves are keen to keep him. Wolves paid such a small fee for him. It sounds like he's a big character in the dressing room. Obviously, we'll have to wait and see. Interesting one on that. On Daniel Bentley, though, £50,000 rejected by Wolves from Arsenal. A little bit more news on the Max Kilman situation. Obviously, we spoke about that on the last video. He's moved on. But the Maidenhead chairman, Peter Griffin, not the guy out of Family Guy, has done an article. He spoke about it a lot. He's been very respectful, I think, of all three clubs involved, and not really specified the exact amount of money that Maidenhead are getting out of the offer. But what he has said, that there are a couple of other clauses that will certainly benefit Maidenhead, I think, and fair play to Wolves and West Ham for agreeing to this. So as part of the sale to West Ham, both Wolves and West Ham United have agreed to have first team pre-season friendlies with Maidenhead over the next couple of years. Obviously, that will be a big boost for their revenue and so on, getting some big gates in ahead of the season. And also, Wolves will look to loan Maidenhead some players to give them some first team experience in the National League. So it's not a bad level. Obviously, some of the younger lads from Wolves ready for men's football, really, could probably move down there. Very difficult league sometimes to play in the National League. Although, in the Premier League nowadays, you've got some really technically gifted players. The National League can be a lot more physical, and really that's where you can separate the men from the boys. So big opportunities, and fair play to Wolves and obviously Maidenhead and West Ham for brokering a deal and obviously looking after the National League side on that front as well. Now, we have seen some centre-backs linked over the last few days. I'll reel some off, but unfortunately I'm going to have to sort of, basically say no to some of them as well, and I'll explain why. So, Football Insider reportedly said that Wolves were reportedly considering a move for the QPR defender, Jake Clark-Salter. He said, again, to be on the list of the club's targets. He has been linked previously as well. Unfortunately, I've been told that is not happening. Sounds like it's agent talk from Clark-Salter's agent to try and push a move. Ajax defender, this was from Ben Jacobs, the journalist. Ajax defender Josip Sotalo, Croatia international, who's currently at Ajax, hasn't really settled at Ajax, looking for a move potentially this summer. Again, unfortunately, not going to be happening for this summer at least. So Satalo isn't a goer. Thomas Bielan, who we've seen linked many times, it's reported that he's set to sign a new contract at Feyenoord, so looking to stay in the Netherlands for the foreseeable future. So again, short term. Although that's not fully confirmed yet, I think Wolves do have an interest in him for sure. And again, it may well be agent talk to try and speed things up. But as of right now, it looks like that one may not be happening. David Carmo as well, the Porto defender, was out on loan at Olympiacos last year. Now looking like he's going to be staying at Porto, according to many areas of the media over in Portugal. It looks like he's going to be staying with Porto to fight for his place in the squad. So unfortunately, I've ruled out about 3 or 4 different options there. I'm sure Wolves will be keeping their potential centre-back targets under wraps for now. One centre-back that Wolves have again been linked with, but it's with Football Insider, so do take it with a pinch of salt, was the Le Havre defender Etienne Kinkue, I believe. 22 years of age. Talented young defender, has previously played for Inter Milan at youth level as well. Centre-back entering his final year of his deal at the French Ligue 1 side, and could be available for as little as around £7 million. Apparently Nottingham Forest also said to have an interest in Etienne Kinkue, so we'll keep our eyes peeled on that one. Boubacar Traoré as well, apparently there's interest from France for him. Lens over in Ligue 1 as well reportedly have an interest. More than likely it would be a loan deal if Boubacar were to be let go. Borussia Mönchengladbach, who have had quite a long-term interest in Boubacar Traoré as well, are reportedly keeping their eye on the situation as well, just in case an opportunity does arise for Boubacar to move on. That came from L'Equipe over in France as well. Chiquinho, of course, he was a name that was on the squad list earlier on, so it's nice to see him back with the first team squad and his opportunity really to impress Gary O'Neill. Now, Sporting have been looking at him really, and it's been reported quite heavily over the last few weeks, if not months or so, that a number of teams in Portugal are looking at him. Sporting one of those. According to record over in Portugal, Sporting are still preparing or looking to prepare their first offer for Chiquinho. However, Wolves' stance on the situation is clear, that they won't negotiate or even sell for any less than what they signed Chiquinho for. Obviously 24 years of age now, so he's with the Wolves want to give him that opportunity this year, so we'll see what happens. But extremely talented player. I think again, if he's one that's happy to sit around the squad, that would be great, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Obviously, we saw the best of Chiquinho when we were at a really low point under Bruno Lage. And, he came. He was like a breath of fresh air. Someone that wanted to be direct with the ball. It'll be interesting now. Another full year of men's football. Obviously, for whatever reason, didn't work out at Stoke. He's gone to Famalicão and done quite well last year. So we'll see what happens with Chiquinho throughout the remainder of the summer. Justin Hubner, previously captained the Wolves under-21s as well. Currently out on loan in Japan with the J1 League club. I think it's Cerezo Osaka. However, he's been having limited minutes there, so there are reports or suggestion over in Indonesia, who represents at a national team level, that he may well be coming back to Wolves this July, because that's the midway point of the Japanese league season. So over the next few weeks or so, we may well see either Justin Hubner come back or Wolves get another loan move arranged for him to move straight on to a new club within this transfer window as well. And finally, we do have another signing. It's a goalkeeper, but it's for the under-21 squad. Wolves have confirmed the signing yesterday of Arthur Nasta. We did talk about this at the end of May. 18-year-old goalkeeper, going to be part, I understand, of the under-21 setup at Wolves. Set to join as a professional. He was currently taking his A-levels at school, and now he's gone on to sign, but he's had a full season of men's football at non-league level, so I'll be really interested to see how he gets on for the under-21s. Again, this could be a really, really obscure signing for Wolves, but long-term, if it goes to plan, could be, an absolute spot of genius, but we'll wait and see. But guys, that's all for today's update. I'm going to go before I melt on this balcony, but as always, be sure to hit the like button down below, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Apologies if there was too much background noise, got the birds chirping away, but enjoy the rest of your week. Big up to England for the Euros win as well. We've got the final on Sunday and more content coming out over the weekend. I'll leave you alone now. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and I'll catch you next time.